are live. We are live. We are live. Yes, indeed. Oh, we've already got a thumbs down. Who would do that? Has somebody done that on accident? Let's hope so. Crikey. Somebody don't like blues. That's what it is. Hey up, folks. Eyup Fretheads. It's Wednesday, the 18th of December. Can I hear the... Oh, right. We've got good audio. I can hear that. Although I am trying some audio things out today, so we'll see what happens there. Because I've got them new goodies that I posted the other day to go into my THR. And yes, so we've got today's guitar class. Yes. So let me know how the audio goes. I've had a little, tamper with the mic overhead and the amp and everything else like that. So hopefully it should behave itself. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. So, yeah, welcome to Wednesday's guitar class. Thank you for coming here today. Thank you for being with us. And with us, I mean the fellow fretheads in the chat here. You can see all these people rolling in the chat. So make sure you get to know each other, have a conversation. You'll see everybody's posting where they're from. If you're in a similar area, you might go, oh, all right, okay there. Billy Joe is here. I know he's here. He was here earlier on when I put this up. I was a little bit earlier in posting up the thumbnail and everything today, which is unusual for me. So there we go. So today's lesson, the topic for today's lesson is the power of the blues turnaround. This is something that all blues guitarists play. All your famous guitar players, they all play this sort of turnaround idea. So I'm going to go over the turnaround, but the thing is, the turnaround is a little bit more complex than you think, and it's not just used as a turnaround, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that as we go through the lesson. So that's what's going on here today. So this is what it is. Let me just offer this up to the camera, let it focus on it. This is the blues turnaround in E. You can see that this is going to be lesson 50 on page 50. Can you see that? Is that focusing? Yeah, so lesson 50, page 56, guys. Lesson 50, page 56. This ties in with what we did with last week with the 12-bar blues. So it's all part of the same thing. So it's leading on to that. Yeah, and that's pretty cool. So that's in the book, yeah. 80 lessons in the book. If you don't know what the book is, then I'll put this up here. This is the book. Oh, that's the finger. That's the one I used to do there. So that's the book there. You can grab the book there. It's 80 lessons in it. You can get it on Amazon as a paperback. You can get it on Lulu as a spiral bound, or you can get an ebook version. And I've got all the videos in the back end of my website, all 80 of the videos. So you don't need to hunt around on YouTube for the lessons, because that's how it started. It was just 80 lessons on my channel, and that was it. And in the Facebook group, people were like saying, what can you put a book? And that's how the book came about. So that's what happened. There's the book. Yes, so it's just a lovely piece of literature, I think, if you're learning guitar. So what I've also done as part of my striving to defeat the Facebook algorithm, I just thought, sod the Facebook algorithm. I'll set up my own community. And I set up my own community, and it's just there, right? And the Fretboard Fraternity, it's cool. You can join. It's free, and people are talking about all sorts of different stuff in there. I think the main thing people were talking about this week were triads, sharing ideas and all that sort of stuff, and sharing photos of new gear as well. And I imagine come January, there's going to be a bit more gear. So there will be that going on in there, which is always a wonderful thing to see. So we've got the Fretboard Fraternity there. And like I say, all the videos are available in the Fretboard Fraternity as well. So you get in there. If you've got the book from Amazon and you want the videos, join the Fretboard Fraternity. Go into the Learning tab. They're all there waiting for you, the videos. You don't have to hunt around for them. If you want everything I've ever done on YouTube, yeah, then what you could do is you can join PDF Club. PDF Club is here, it's this finger. So you can go to there, rickysguitar.com / get PDF Club. Then what that does is it unlocks all the PDFs I've ever done, including the book, in fact, but everything on my channel that's, if it's had a PDF made for it, it's in there. You also get, there's always going to be a discount for any courses, upcoming courses I do, for all that sort of stuff. I do special extra PDFs. If you need any worksheets, all that kind of stuff, it's all in there. We've got some more features coming, and I'm excited for December. We've got some other things coming, and hopefully I'll put a request in for bookmarking, personal bookmarking, so you got your own bookmarks in there, and you'll be able to add them and just add the posts that you like. And I think that's going to be really useful as the Fretboard Fraternity and the PDF Club grow. Then it'll just get more functions and more functions, and we might even have some sort of live streaming functionality going in there as well. I'm getting ahead of myself there, but that will be cool, because that means you can start delivering some really cool niche specific workshops, so guided by you guys, of course. So that is the PDF Club. We should say, what else is there? What else do we normally say at this time? I do normally talk about housekeeping, a bit of housekeeping. This is a live stream. This is a live lesson, guys. It's like, so what I like to do is I like to talk to people. If it's your first time and you don't like waffle, because there will be waffle, then what I recommend you do is you just wait till the video has finished, check back tomorrow, and I'll have put a timestamp in when the lesson begins, or I may even have chopped the front off. It depends on how much time it takes up at the beginning, because I like to say hello to people, and people like to say hello to each other, have a conversation, and that's what it's all about. So yes, but there will be tangents. There probably is. There's always tangents. Yes, but those tangents are the light bulb moments, So you don't know when. I don't know when they're going to come. So that's it. I've got a loose script here. There's no script in here. It's just like bullet points, and that's what I do. Is I just follow those bullet points, and that's the way it works. So, without further ado, yes, make sure you give the video a wallop. Yes. Yeah, there's a load of people in here and not enough likes on this. Let's give that like a wallop, and let's have a little look at the chat. I'm going to go to the chat and I'll go straight to the top. Mrs. Ricky is manning her desk upstairs. Have you got some crisps up there, my lady? Yeah, I can hear munching up there. I'm just wondering what she's doing. What flavour are they? Ready salted crisps. Now, guys, I must say, my American friends, that's chips to you. Yeah, but chips to us are fries to you. And what? Midget gems. Midget gems. Midget gems. They're a fine English delicacy. Yes, and they're really good. They're just like small candies. They're really chewy and they're nice. So you might want to look out for some, but don't get the wrong ones. It's Lions, isn't it? Lions midget gems. If you've never had them, yeah, have a look. They're a bit like floral gums. Those are an acquired taste. Yeah, midget gems, floral gums, cherry lips. That's the trifecta of confectionaries, I'd say. But anyhow, why are we talking about sweets again? Stop apologising for a unique point of difference. No, I'm not apologising really. It's just one of those, isn't it? So, let's have a look. Let's see if we could do some catching up here. See who's in the chat. Michael Davis, mug of Yorkshire Gold, and ready for tremendous guitar info. Oh, you're in Wales, Michael. Right. So, yeah. Who saw my post from Yorkshire Tea? Yeah, they sent me somebody. One of you guys in there, one of you have instigated this. I know this is a fact because how can I even be on Yorkshire Tea's radar? I don't know. Someone's incited them to send me a box of Yorkshire Gold and a nice message. Oh, where is it? Yeah, I'll put that up there. Yeah, so Yorkshire Tea, they sent me that, and it says, let's have a proper brew. And then they wrote me a note. Yeah, can you see that? We hope you enjoy these brews, Ricky. Best wishes, the Yorkshire Tea team. They sent me a box of Yorkshire Gold, and it just happened to be lucky because I just used my last I was down to 2 tea bags, and I was getting a bit of a panic on, I must say. I was, because I was like thinking, oh, I'm going to have to go get some more. And then they came through the post, and then it was like brilliant. So if it's one of you that's done it, then thank you very much. I really appreciate that gesture. It means a hell of a lot to me. So yes, Yorkshire Gold. We get the Yorkshire Gold on the go. Crazy that Yorkshire Tea don't do a Yorkshire Tea mug. I don't know. That's crazy. I can't. It's like you sell the thing, but you need to sell the thing that the thing goes in as well. Yeah. So there you go. So, with the Moy, hey up everyone from North Dallas, the Analog Kid, hey up and howdy fellow Fretheads, new strings all tuned up. Yes, I'm still sporting those strings I put on during the live, the Charlie and Johns. I'm still sporting these. They're a little bit heavier, yeah, and I still haven't had a chance to sort out the action on that really. So I'm just living with it for now. The action on my guitar is a little bit higher than normal, so it's a little bit of a fight at the moment. So it's not my usual 9s to 42s. These are 9 to 48, I think, the gauge on these. So they're a little bit tougher, but I do like the sound and I do like the feel. They're very smooth. They're very, 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 very smooth strings, and really nice bottom end on them. So that's good. I just need to give them a tweak, give the action a tweak, and then I can fully say that they are good strings. But so far, the opinion that I have is that they are good, solid, sturdy strings, and they feel they're smooth. I think they're just really, really smooth, and it's just like that they are there. Sometimes you play strings and you think, oh, they're not here or they're not there. Well, these ones they're kind of like they're properly there. If that even makes sense, yeah. So they are there. They're not like apparitions, but the thing is, yeah, they're pretty good. So here we go. Let me carry on. Sranang Eyup Fawaka. Yes, let the waffle begin. Let the waffle is begin. Begun. Rocket, lying on the couch, waiting due to massive back pain. Can't stand massive back pain. It's horrible with back pain. Are you like me? Have you got to that age where you don't turn the heated seat on in the car because you're cold? You turn it on because you've got your bad back. Is that the way it is? Is that just me? I don't know. Right. Oh, well, we got to look after that. Look after that back. Get them Cocodamol in. That's the one that usually sorts me out. And Mrs. Ricky got me some Voltarol for the shoulder. That's still giving me some jip. But there you go. Yeah, keep going with that. Eyup from Bavaria. Yes, so we're all over the shop today, aren't we? Sunny today, lots of snow. We'd rather not have the snow. Telefunken, the 12AX7. That's a valve, I know that. The 12AX7s are a valve, are they not? Doug Fuller. Eyup from Central Massachusetts. Happy holidays. Yes, it's holidays. And I should just say, as a set off on this blues journey that we're going to go through today, that for the next 2 weeks, next week is Christmas Day, the week after is New Year's Day, and I plan on having on New Year's Day an absolutely massive hangover, finishing off the rest of the not the Yorkshire puddings, the mince pies. That's what it is. No booze. It's just like I'm just gonna have like a mince pie hangover. I think that's probably what I'm probably gonna be doing. Something like that, because I don't want them hanging around till Easter. That thing where you get stuff at Christmas, don't you? And next thing you know, yeah, it's still hanging around at Easter, and then the kids get Easter eggs, and next thing you know, you're into that as well. Well, I am. Right. Anyhow, so there we go. So Yes, so so next 2 weeks, next 2 Wednesdays, there will be no class. And I'm just thinking, guys, I'll announce it once I've firmed it up. I think it might switch to Thursdays as well. But we'll see if I get a lot of protests about that. Wednesdays are becoming a little bit tricky. So let's have a look at this. Let's keep going. Rocket says, I was wondering how old is everybody? What's the average age? We should have a poll, shouldn't we? We could do with having a poll there, just to like see the average age is. And do you know what? You're as old as the guitar you're feeling. So let's say that. Yeah. So Winston, 60, young for me, hoping to get a Christmas, a baseball cap with a ponytail attached to it. That's what you want. But you know what? You don't really want a ponytail, do you? Because you know what they say, you lift the ponytail and what's underneath it. I love that one. So Graham Penfold, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Ricky, happy Christmas. What is Christmas Day's lesson? There is no lesson on Christmas Day. I'm having a day off. So let's have a look. Where are we? Christopher Campagna. Ricky, good that you are here. I've recommended you to some friends. Greetings from Holland. Grazie, maestro. Hand pink waving. Oh, thank you. Thank you for recommending me. I always like a bit of that. Just like, oh yeah, I saw this guy on YouTube the other day. Yeah, he does guitar. He's all right. He drinks tea. Yeah, that would be a good one. We like that. Thank you very much for spreading the gospel. Franklin, Tennessee, checking in. Greetings all. Dan Bailey. So let's have a look. Christopher Gilbert. Eyup from Milton Keynes, the town that wasn't, was it? It's after the war, it was just made. I found that fascinating that it's like there was like space and then they just built a town. Milton Keynes. So Anton, hi all. Scott Simmons, Ricky, hello from Colorado. Scott here. Scott's in the chat. Oh, Clifford, got Clive in the chat in Teesside. Got his bottle of dog ready to learn. If I start snoring, give me a nudge. Was on a late getting back from the Slipknot gig in Manchester last night. Well, I hope you had a good old time there. I went to see a friend's band, Wheatwood Mac at the Brudenell in Leeds the other day. It was a treat because they do it very, very. He's so faithful and accurate. It's really good. So we've got Sean here. Gonna be a good one because I'm already upside down. Sean's already upside down. Eric Snowy, hello from Rotterdam. Thunder Ace, my OG in the chat there. Eric Collingwood, hey up Ricky from Portland. George Vacker, hello everybody. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you for coming along, George. Claude Capodestra, hey up everyone from Montreal, Canada. A fellow Canadian and Montrealian, if is that how you say it? I don't know. Marcel is from 3 degrees C, feels like 1 degree. The difference between 3 and 1, I think it's minuscule. You know, it's rain. If it's raining, we had rain today. It was that really thin, that stuff that it just gets. It just permeates everything that you're wearing. That's horrible. The ages are all. I can see all the ages coming in here. The average age here of people in here. Dale Sam, ready for some blues guitar and the book already? Yes, the book. Yes. So just tell you again. It's page 56, lesson 50. I'm going to look at this turnaround nonsense. Rennie Hartman, up from all of Holland. Angus McDonald, up Ricky. High expectations tonight. No worries that you'll not rise to it. No, well, you never know. You don't know. I might just have a brain fart. That might be the thing. Silly season is December, isn't it? All this rushing around that we have to do. It's crazy. But we do it. It's Christmas just so we can spend those 3 hours with family. Eating too much. 3 hours. It's more than that. She said, Mrs. Ricky said, we'll be having a little break over Christmas. Bob P, hello from Alexandria. Let's have a look and see who else is in there. Alan Mackey, hello from Tennessee. Araman 3048. Up from Switzerland. I said 3048, really Yorkshire there. 3048. That's proper Queen's English there, but 3048. That's how we say it in Yorkshire. Sometimes you don't even do the R sometimes. Question number 1: do I need a fuzz pedal for blues? I think you just need a fuzz pedal. A Klon Clon seems to be a good one. That's a good fuzz that people need. But I think for you're going to get a specific sound with that. Probably better to have an overdrive. You know, like Marshall did a blues breaker overdrive pedal. I had one years ago and I got rid of it, and it's one of the pedals that I wish I'd never got rid of. And so from henceforth I decided never to sell anything again. You know, when you're chopping and changing from bits of gear and stuff, it's like you regret selling pedals and amps and guitars and everything pretty much. So I'd go with an overdrive. You know, I have some overdrives, and I could probably do with doing a video just like what's on my pedal board sort of thing, and why it's on my pedal board. But I can't remember the overdrive that I got, because it's the overdrive I got is a clone of the one that Martin Landau uses, because I like his tone. Martin Landau. Which one is it? I get them mixed up. It's either the guy from Little House on the Prairie or the guitar player, one or other. I get the names mixed up. So there you go. Jamie Grant, Merry Christmas everyone from Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. Stuart Hildesley, hello all. Peter Hughes are here. First time I've managed to catch the... All right, okay, there we go. Look, first time. Here we go. It's your first time. Let's get this, Peter. Well done. Thank you for turning up today. You get a round of applause for being your first time here. Thank you for turning up. Means a lot. Chuck, hello all from Oregon. Jeff Honor, hello. Hey up from Liverpool. Annex in the chat as well. Hurricane, I am ready with your Assam tea. I don't mind a bit of Assam tea, and I just wonder if some of the Yorkshire tea does use a bit of a blend of everything. Yeah, because I do realise that the tea isn't grown in Yorkshire. It would. They can only grow turnips in Yorkshire. Turnips and rhubarb. I think that's probably about the scope of it. So yeah, tea. Yeah, I do realise that's the case. It's mixed and blended in and packaged in Yorkshire. I think that's what it is. So Dem Ravens. Hey, Dem's in the chat as well. No, just as deep side disconnect. Oh right. Otherwise, you're in the country. That sounds like I'm in on somebody else's chat there. Party line call. Tim C, hello all. Northwest Indiana. Gary Brook, hello. Vicky DeMeo, I forgot to sign in. Good day from Lexington. There you go. Wayne Johnson, Chief Thunderthud says hello from Cowtown. It's Cowtown. Why? Don't know. Right, okay. But there you go. Falcon, I'm still going. Hello, are we getting loopy today? We might be getting loopy today. We might. I've got it hooked up. I'll tell you what. I'll just show you. I've got the air step hooked up, and look at that. Do you know what? It was so easy. I just turned it on. Yeah, and I had my Yamaha THR, and I just turned it on, and then yeah. Let me just. I can switch cameras on this actually, because. Yeah, you can see what's going on there then. Yeah, so that's the air step for the amp. But the thing is, what's the pain about it is that I've had to use the USB for the looper. Now, I normally take the USB out of the amp and I put that into the computer for my audio. So I've had to reroute everything. But essentially, I turned that on there and then it just hooked up. I didn't have to do anything else. There's the aerial, you know, the antenna that communicates to it. That's channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4, channel 5. And I've got a clean sound on this one today. And let's just have a listen to that. And I'll just show you how it works. So, yeah. So we've got that like that. Now if we go switch that one. Different sound. This one. This one. This one. So it gets progressively dirtier. So I've got a clean here. I've got a clean with a bit of dirt on it. Little bit dirty. This is a little bit more of a lead sort of tone. This is a heavier distorted tone, but with no reverb on, because I want that really tight attack on that one, and then in this one I've got delay and reverb on this one for a soloing sort of sound. So this is more of a rock lead sound. This one's a bit more of a bluesy lead sound, and this could be as well, but it depends on what I'm doing on the old pickup selector. But yeah, that just works, and I just you know, I've got it there. I just chuck it on the floor, and it's wireless, and that's great. Now, the cables for the looper, those are all hooked up as well. This is the looper. And what I did is, luckily, is it luckily? Or is it, we'll have to ask Mrs. Ricky. What I do is I tend to buy cables all the time to try and make sure I've got that sort of redundancy for hooking things up. So I had the correct cables here. So I've got some really long cables. This is just basically a 5 volt USB to USB, but it's USB-C on that one. And then on this one, this is coming out of the amp. But this is like the old sort of, the end looks like the one you get on the back of a printer. So essentially this is a USB 2 sort of fitted with the old USB for the thingy. And it's all hooked up and it's working, and it's got something loaded in there. But we'll see if it behaves itself, because, like I say, I'm trying this out. And if it works, then it's great. If it works, it's great. But it did knock my sound, my audio off earlier on. So I'm a little bit tentative to use it, if I'm honest. So we'll see how it goes, because I've had to rewire everything. But anyhow, let's carry on with the roll call. See, I'm so easily distracted. Where we go. So that's it. Richard Grissom, Eyup from sunny South Florida. Audio is good. Yeah, because I've had a little fettle. I've just done some rewiring, like I say. Let's hope it's all okay. Billy Joe is here. You were here earlier. I said that before. Let's have a look. Frank Wirricks, hello guys. William Henning is in the chat. Merry Christmas to you as well, sir. Anton sound is good. Voice sounds fine. Yes, turned it up a bit. John's in the house. Let's up. Ayo, Paul, lad. And you get
now then, lad.
Ayo, Paul, lad. Tim Kaiser, hello from Ohio. Rattlesnake Roy. Like that name. Yo, Ricky. Rattlesnake Roy. Crikey. It just sounds like you live wild and free. I hope you do. Harry Grokert, hi Rick from Wolves. Oh, Wolves are going through it at the minute. Same as City. Dave Blakemore, hi all. Hey all. We've got a few, lots of familiar faces in here today. Enze, Master, your last lesson was so great. Have fun with the blues this week. Greetings from Vanta, Finland. Well, we hope so. Let's hope it goes okay. John Carver. Oh, missed Thomas Ross there with a picture of a lovely guitar there. Hello from Smithers, BC. Is that? I don't know what BC, where BC is. British Columbia. Am I right? Maybe. John Carver. Evening, everyone from County Durham. God talks with us. Hi, I am from India. Well, welcome, India. Let's have a look there. John Steer. Merry Christmas from Austin, Texas. Ron Carrillo. Eyup, Mr. and Mrs. Ricky. Richard Hall is in the chat. Let's have a look. Who else is in here? Who's new? Mike. I've had your book for a week now, and it's really great. Thank you very much, Mike. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's the whole point. If it's not fun, then there's no point. It really is. I think that's the thing. Do you get to that? I'm going to come up on the ages soon. You get to that thing where you say, "Yeah, I'm too old for this." Let's, you know what I mean. So you just like do the good things. Andrew Harris, hello everyone. Greetings from Middleish of England, Nuneaton, Warwickshire. Looking forward to some more excellent tuition from Ricky. Thank you very much, Andrew. Thanks for coming along. Major Pentatonics in the chat. Hey up, Ricky and all. David here. Anthony Kinraid, Eyup from the Isle of Man, second home to hundreds of Yorkshiremen. I wonder why. Is there something to do with beer there? I don't know. Well, we'll have to have a look in the old Google afterwards. Let's have a look. So Marcel said, Ricky, I had the pleasure of meeting a fellow frethead, Claude Capodestra. He takes guitar courses 5 minutes from my location and lives close by. Best coffee I had in a long time. Man, Marcel, Claude, I'm so stoked to hear that. That is just like mind blowing that you watch an online guitar lesson, you're part of a guitar community online, and then you just meet up with somebody that's like, I'm in Yorkshire, you're in Canada. It's just like mind blowing. Steve Faulkner, hi Ricky, it's my birthday today. Oh, birthday today. I've had some birthday cake and out and settled down to. Look, Steve, happy birthday, Steve. Have a good one. What do we go? There's champion.
Hey, that's champion, old lad.
You've had cake. It's champion. Everybody needs some cake, really. At least once a year. Phantom, housekeeping, like cleaning the guitar. Yeah, I did clean the guitar the other day. It still looks a mess. Maria, Eyup, Ricky and Kerry, waffles, tangents, and wobbly bob time. Yippee! Yeah, we had some wobbly bob in the last lesson there. On the upload. Let's have a look. Who else have we got? Lawrence O. Checking in from London. Eyup Comiskis. Robert Mail. Okay, Ricky from East Kilbride. Yes. David Doty, stop apologising for your unique point of view and difference. Yeah, well, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's just to explain it. I love it, really. How things, like say chips, fries, and everything else like that. Potatoes. It's what we've done with potatoes, essentially. So, fish and chips. Fish and chips. I haven't had fish and chips in ages. Let's have a look. I had it on the 10th of December. Joe Carver, didn't know you could still get midget gems. Yes, you can. Yes, Mrs. Ricky has probably got shares in Lions for the amount that she likes to go through. You do eat a lot of them. You do. She does. She eats a lot of midget gems. So, Duke of Earl. Hi, Ricky and Mrs. from the Drone Coast. The Drone Coast. Oh, is that where the drones are? Well, I don't know anything about that. It's all speculation as far as I'm concerned. David Godley. I never go anywhere without Yorkshire tea. Same. Got to take some tea. I've got a little Tupperware thing, and I put a stuff it full of Yorkshire Gold tea bags. That's what happens. What's the difference between Yorkshire tea and Yorkshire Gold? It's a different blend. Yorkshire Gold, for me, is just a little bit darker. It's a bit of a stronger brew, and it's just tastier. I think that's the thing. But you can put Yorkshire tea alongside, I'm going to say, the competitors, Tetley, PG Tips, and they don't even come close. PG Tips is awful. It's like, it really is. You might as well just like take your socks off at end of day and save them the next day for your brew. Dip your socks in your cup. No, that's PG Tips. We don't do that. Tetley used to be all right, but no, Yorkshire Gold. Yeah, so that's that's it. How did they manage to get an address to send you the tea? Well, that's the thing. I do have a kind of a business address, and that's where they went to. Clive said, "Did I have to set up my intonation to suit the new strings?" I haven't done as yet, so they're riding a little bit higher than I normally would like them to. So I'm fighting the guitar a little. You might hear that in a bit as I go through this lesson today. So let's have a look. Matt Altman, Eyup, there. Let's have a look. Gary Buck, the Fender Stratocaster is great for the blues. BB King used Gibson ES335. I really want a 339, I think, You got that classic 339 look, but you've got the size of the Les Paul, and because they're hollow body, you haven't got the weight of the Les Paul, and that's what I'm looking for, just to try and find one, but I've tried a couple, never got on with them, but I'm still going to hold out hope and try as many as I possibly can. Emsy says, is it even possible to install 2 G strings and adjust the lower one to the... Oh, crikey. The strings are made to a specific tension, so they will be made for a specific tension, especially the thinner ones. But it is possible to do that with kind of like in between. If you've got like 11s and... like, say, the B string is generally 11 and the G strings are 14, then... you could go heavier for the G string. You could go heavier. You can make a custom set, and that's fun if you've got an extra guitar knocking around, just to have a go at that. All right, we've got the ages coming in here. So okay, Let's have a look. We've got everybody's old enough to go to the pub here. I can see here. Araf says he's been summoned by the missus. We'll be back after your tea. I say, well, after your tea, that's the one. So there we go. Thursday, no football. You've kind of cottoned onto that as well, but there are other things happening as well. So we've got 75, 70 seems to be one of the popular ages here. Yes, Jeff Hyatt, Nancy Griffith has some. Did you say something like this before, Jeff, the other week about Nancy Griffith? Are you a bit of a fan there by any chance? David Godley, no, Thursday's a climbing night. Oh, crikey. Right, well, it's like, it's going to be one of those. We'll just see how it goes. Tony Mason's in the chat. Richard Rich, got your book last week. Oh, well, thank you for buying the book there, Rich. Let's have a look. Who else is in here? How about an unboxing on Christmas Day and see what Mr. and Miss Ricky got me? They've got me bugger all. I don't need anything. I'm at that age where I don't care about things so much. About guitar, obviously guitars and stuff like that. But that's about it. So Lars Johansson, hi from Sweden. Sasha says 48. Let's have a look. Matt Altman says physically 52, mentally 12ish. Okay, well there we go. So it's 78. So there we go. The difference between 3 and 1 is a full step. I forgot what that was about. And then we got Jeff there again, and then we got. Let's have a look. See what we're just people's ages here. We're good. I'm trying to get to the end now because I want to get started with this. Martin Landau from Mission. He was, wasn't he? He was Mission Impossible, and he was also in Space 1999, where that remember that lass who had the lentils for eyebrows who could change into creatures. She could change into any animal that she could think of. That it was like Space 1999. Yes, Maria's got that one as well. Yeah. So it must be Michael Landau that I'm thinking about. Sent a Klondike and I. How many star jumps, John? I probably need to do the star jumps. I'm waffling a bit here. So let's have a look. Where are we at? We're nearly 40 minutes in. Oh, let's do this. James Mathis. Landau's also Space 89. Yes. Is one Yorkshire tea better than another? We've answered that one. David Doty, first time sober. Really big and massive. Ricky, hi from Birmingham. Eva Dunstan, hi Ricky from Swansea. Robbie One, hi. Merry Christmas to you and your family as well. Learning the 6 string during 2024. Have you had a good time following along with the lessons? I hope you have. And I hope has it made a difference? Has it made a difference to your playing, guys? That's the main thing. Yeah, it's all well coming along to the classes, but if you don't implement it, you need to do it. Now I sound like a teacher, don't I? So you've got to do that. You've got to put it into practice. So I'm always interested to hear that. So James, also from Oregon. James, Paint Audio MIDI Captain Nano 4 went fully wide USB MIDI instead of wireless. Ooh. Red Walrus, great to have you in the chat. Sounds great. From clean to heavy and robotic. Great pedal for the THR. I could possibly dirty after drinking too much. Red Walrus bringing it down to reality in there. Hey up, we've got Danny from across the valley. NKN from Norway. Let's have a look. You forgot to add your age. You were 60 last week. Yes, many happy returns. I liked my boss chorus and digital delay back in the 80s. Yeah, you can't get rid of those. Diabolical Dan. Good day, sir. Good day to you. So there we go. Ricky Con, feeling like this needs to happen. The Yorkshire rich live here for the low tax and the beer. Ah, is that what it is? So there we go. Right, we're getting chatty here. Let's have a look. Great coffee and chat, and that's wonderful. Hey, Dharma Queen. Hey, everyone. Welcome. And here we go. Oh, it's Al's cake day falls on this Saturday, 64. I wouldn't have placed you at 64 there at all, Al. I would have said you were like, mid-50s there, mate. So, Burned F, music. I don't know what you're thinking is going to happen here. We're going to get to some music, but we're talking about blues turnarounds today. When I get there, so I'm scrolling quickly now. Let's have a look. Just don't want to miss anybody out. Phil Swan is in the chat. Siegfried Gotts, hi all. Sorry I'm a bit late. You see, Tim Whiteside is in the chat. Here we go. John Carver's in the chat. I always thought I was too dumb to learn this stuff until I found your lessons. Thank you. That's what I want to. That's what I want to hear. Make sure I'm hitting the mark here, guys. Oh, they were a real life couple. Oh, there you go. Yes, your classes have had a great improvement on my guitar playing. Randy Holder. Hey up, Randy. I haven't seen you in the chat for a while. Well, that's all I want to know. That's what I want to hear. We have. Phantom said the lessons didn't change my playing, but they gave me a better insight. You know what you should be doing. Right, okay, we are there. I think we're just about there. What I'm going to do, as I've talked myself dry now, I need to have some fizzy water. Water, that's what we call it. It's water, fizzy water. And then we're going to get into this thing about the blues. The only trouble about fizzy water is it makes you want to burp. But I won't be doing anything like that because that would be disgusting. And this is a reputable YouTube channel, I'll have you know. Right, so let me just show you something here. What we have is the two main forms for blues. Excuse me. We've got the two main forms for blues. So we've got the 12-bar blues. And then we've got the 8-bar blues there. So we've got the two main forms of blues. And what we need to understand is that the blues, you always know when it's going to come back on itself. And this is why I think it's one of the first things you should kind of learn on guitar. Whether you like it or not, yeah, because one thing, it gets you changing chords. And two, it's if you learn this and somebody else learns this, then you can jam. All you need is a pentatonic scale, and then you can jam with each other and you can share music. And that's what it's all about. But the important bit is for me to show you where the turnaround lives. So in a 12-bar blues, the turnaround lives on the last two bars. Okay, so the last two bars here. Now you can see I've got E7 there. So instead of having this E7 for two bars, and actually, if we think about it, in a 12-bar blues, we've got an E7 there. This actually, bar 2 could be an E7, but we can swap it out for chord 4, which is an A7, okay? Which is called a quick change. So that's a quick change there, but equally it could be E7, 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 E7. There's an E7 there, E7 there, E7 there, E7 there. You only end up with like 4 bars that aren't E. So it can sound a bit samey, a bit boring. Yeah, so what we need to do is we need to be able to take this turnaround here, this E7 turnaround, and we need to make it fancy. Yeah. Now, the way I kind of see it is these turnarounds, what they do is they remind me of those things of, we had one near us. We used to have trams in Huddersfield. Yeah, so we used to have trams, and the tram would get to the end of the line, to the terminus, and it would be like a record turntable, and it'd go on one way, they'd turn it around the other way, and then it'd set off back again. And that's the way I just think of turnarounds. It's just like that. You do that with trains. You used to get that with old steam trains as well, didn't they? They'd do that. They'd turn them around and then set them back off to the other destination. And this is what's actually going on here, but it's sonically. So what this does is, what the turnaround does is it prepares your ear. Now what's actually happening is, if I look at this fancier version, if you notice here, if I look in the last 2 bars of the 8-bar blues that I've done here, I've done 2 variations. Yeah, so you can see that what happens here is we get E7, A7, E7, B7. Okay. Now, the thing is, that gives us a bit more variety, and you can play those as chords. So you could take this turnaround here, yeah, take this turnaround here and put it in there as well. So this is just a little bit more fancy version of that there. So instead of playing E7 for 4 beats of the bar, you play E7 here for 2 beats, A7 for 2 beats, E7 for 2 beats, B7 for 2 beats. Now the thing is, here's the thing. It introduces this idea of this thing called a perfect cadence. Yeah. Now that's what's essentially happening here. Yes, is that this B7 here is chord 5. And in fact, if I just write this out, chord 1, 7 is going to be E7. Chord 4 here, yeah, I'm going to put a 7 on it because these are all dominant chords, is going to be A7, and then you do chord 5, 7 here, which is going to be B7. So those are my 3 chords for my blues. So you can see that this is chord 5. And if I go from chord 5 at the end of the here, and then these little, and that's what makes me think of the railway as well. You know, when you get to the end of the line in the railway, there's always those bumpers at the end of the track. It just reminds me of those. So those bounce you all the way back to the beginning. So if you think about it, what's actually happening is you're getting a rhythmically displaced perfect cadence. So it goes from chord 5 back to chord 1. And the chord 1 is the hum. So that just sets you back off again. So that's all it does, is this B7 here is bouncing us back there, which is a really, really cool way of looking at it. Yeah. So that's kind of telling you what's going on with the chords in this blues. But the thing is, the way that this has evolved, the turnaround, you know, like, so it's just showing you from this version here, and this is a basic blues with something called a quick change, and then here in this 8-bar blues we've got this fancier turnaround here with better chords, you know, more chords in there, a little bit more interest. So if I was to play that, I'm just going to play that as is. So if I just played the turnaround on the 12-bar blues, it would be, and then I'd go back to E again and jump back to, so I would jump back to chord 1. So you can see it goes from E7 there back to E7 there. It's the same chord. It's going to. It doesn't really give you a sense of that that movement, that the cycle of the 12 bars has finished there. So that's what's going on. But this one does. So if I show you this one, goes E7, A7, E7, and then when I land on that B7 there, yeah, when I land on that B7, you can feel it. You can feel it wanting to resolve. So that's the big full stop. You know, right at the end of the song, you go. Thank you, Wembley. You've been marvelous. You know, so that's the kind of thing. It's the end of the show sort of idea, end of a song. So that's kind of the job and the role that the perfect cadence does. So we've got that there. So what happened is that just over time, and I just think it's because it kind of, alongside jazz and alongside sort of ragtime stuff, it just came to be that we ended up with this with variations on this to make it just a little bit more pretty. Yeah. So what we do with this turnaround is we're still going to use this E, and I would say myself that really we're keeping this in mind, but we're kind of starting on the E, ending in the E in here with this one, because that's the most resolved sound. And if you're in the book, then what you'll find is, because this is the home chord, E, right? This is a tangent. Yeah, this is the first tangent, right? Okay, so what we've got this tangent is, what happens is, in a blues, right, one of the easiest ways to manipulate the sound, and you can do this in chords, it's not just in your scales as well. You can go from the flat third. So if you imagine an E minor, let me zoom in on that actually. Let me zoom in. So you've got this E minor here, and you can hear it get that little kind of cadence idea here. Now if I get rid of the chord, rest of the chord there, and what I do is I'm playing the flat third and then hammering onto the major third of this E note here. So I'm playing this open E here, and then what I do is give that thin E a twang as well, give that a little slap. Yeah, and that you can hear automatically sounds bluesy. So if I take that there, yeah, so I got a little bit of a minor blues scale on that. It's rattling a bit, is that string. So we've got that there. Now, the thing that I thought was like, oh, and I realised, and I kind of thought to myself, well, that's an E. And then when I learnt the turnaround, I'd learnt it from, I think it was more of a kind of a Sweet Home Chicago version that I learnt. It was kind of like... Yeah, so we've got that going on there, right? So that's the kind of the Sweet Home Chicago deal. Although it's a little... That's the kind of Blues Brothers version up there. But this version is... So we've got that there. And I realised that... Okay, when I saw that and I thought, hang on, that's the same as this. And I thought to myself, hang on, well, what is that? What's that bit? What's that bit? And what's that bit? Okay. Oh. You need some strumming, hand cam. You probably need me to just zoom out a little bit more. I wonder if I can just take that zoom. Oh, I've got to activate it. Let me zoom out a bit more that way and a little bit more. Is that better? Hopefully that's a bit better. Is that a bit better? That might be a bit better. Hang on, let's go like that. Extreme close up. No, we don't want that. Right, okay, you need the picking hand. Okay, so I've got that. And then what happened was it twigged. It twigged. And the thing that twigged it for me, actually, was this thing. It was... Yes. Do you know what that is? Yes. Red House. Yeah. Jimi Hendrix. When I heard that, but it was this chord that was the giveaway, and I thought to myself, oh, hang on, there's a pentatonic under that. The blues scale, the minor blues lives there, but that's living on top of it. How the heck does that work? So I thought to myself, well, going back here and applying that and transferring that idea over here, you can see that what happens is I get this E shape, and that's an E, and if I want it to be bluesy, I'll turn it into an E7. But then that shape was a D7 shape. That's what and I think that was probably before a really, really understood cage system, but I just realised that was a D7 shape. So I thought, maybe that's what it is. So that comes from there. So we've got that there, yeah, so you can hear that. So it was like all these turnarounds, they're all coming from this 7 shape. And then I thought, well, does it just happen there? And when it happens there, what is it? Well, if that's a D7, yeah, that's a D7, this is going to be, I'm going to call it I'm not going to call it a D sharp 7, but it's an E flat 7, and then if that's an E flat 7, then that's an E7. So that's an E7, and that's an E7, and those are linked. They're just the same chord. E7 is there, E7 is there, an octave higher in a different voice. Yeah, so... And it was actually, I think there might have been... it's either Steve Miller or it's Joe Cocker, and it's like Everybody Must Get Stoned, and I think it's off of the Woodstock album, and it just does that. Yeah, everybody must get stoned, something like that. I think that's what it was. I think that might have been what it was. But I'd heard that and I thought, oh, that sounds familiar now. But then what you got to do is you can think to yourself, well, that sound is big. It's a big texture. It's hard to escape that sound. So you can see there, yeah. So it's shifting essentially from an E shape to a D shape that moves up chromatically in 3 positions, yeah? No, it's not Bob. That's Bob. And that works as well. Bob can work there. There's a minus. Angus, you've just complicated, and I'm going to have to go there now. But look, here's the thing. Oh, hang on. You were wondering, weren't you, when it was going to rock up? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Yorkshire tea, Yorkshire Gold salute. Thank you very much. Eyup. Let's see what it's like. It's hot. Yeah. It's hot. It's good. Thank you very much. Yes, so we've got this. So we've got an E shape and a D shape, D7 shape, really. Essentially, this is all it is. Now, because it's in E as well, which is why I did it in E, because it's the easiest way to kind of get your head around the whole way that this idea works, is if you think about it, the open strings are fair game. Those are part of the scale. Yeah, the action is huge on this at the minute. Yeah, so what I could do is, and I will say, in my mind, dominant chords and minor 7 flat 5s are the same thing. They are the same thing. And the reason why is I did a lesson called, I did a blues lesson before with some chords, and it was with the minor 7 flat 5, and I did it like, I can't remember exactly how I did it. But if I add that G there, it turns it into a G7, essentially voicing. But this is a proper diminished 7th voicing, is this one. Yeah. You can change it. You could no, we don't want to go down that route there. But look, it can do. You can get the diminished. You can put the diminished in there. But this is, I don't want to get into diminished harmony. We don't want to really get too far down that path. Let's stay on this simple. Let's keep it simple. It's important to do the simple things well than the difficult things badly. So that's easy enough to understand, I feel, that there's 2 shapes there. Another one that I thought was very, very similar was that one there, Soul Man, which goes, this is a D shape, but if we look at it, we flip it round, chord 2, chord 1. So the thing is, this turnaround, it's like, hang on, you can, it's quite elastic. You can pull it around, okay? So the thing is, Phantom, you never heard of any of these tunes. You're obviously too young to understand them. Timothy Chalamet. So we got that there. Now, what I realised was that I like. At the beginning of my sort of guitar journey, I really got into the blues, and I liked all the classics, B.B. King, Freddie King, Albert King, but also John Lee Hooker, and this was the one. Yeah. Oh, I've forgotten it. No, that's it. This bit. And I realised that fragment so you got Bad Love by Clapton. Yeah, so Boom 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 Boom, that's what it is. Yeah, so we got that one there. And I realised that that pattern that he had there, yeah, I could relate it to the scale. You know, I could put my pentatonic underneath it. There's the House of Blues that lives on top. But I could also see this shape then. So that was 2/3 of the puzzle that became this, okay? Does this make sense, guys? So I could see that that D7 had that. So I thought to myself, well, look, if I can do that, got that there. That's a really kind of big sound. What if I wanted to? I'm just following exactly the same pattern, but what I'm doing there is I'm just making the melody happen on the G string. This is the same thing. Let me zoom in a little bit more on this, because you don't need the picking on this. What you need is to see. You need to see the fingering on this. Yeah, so I'm doing that. So this is what happened. And I'll zoom over to the picking, because there's a couple of different ways we can do this. We can pick it, we can go skip over the B string, or you could do something hybrid picking. And I'm plucking the thin E string with my middle finger here. So it's G string and thin E string there. Can I get an angle on that? Yeah, so this is the deal with that, is that you can simplify it, yeah? You know? I'm just using the notes from those D7 shapes and not playing them all the way. Now let's have a look in the book. I had right, now that's pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool as it was. Now I could do it as these sixths, and this gives us that kind of somebody said his name actually, Steve Croppery thing, the sixths. So if we take out the 7th of that chord, means I'm not playing the B string at all. I am not. Yeah, so that goes there. Yeah. There's AC/DC. Well, you see, these will have informed all that stuff as well, you know. Okay, so we've got that going on there. So I can have the full chord. Let's just summarize it. So I can have the full chord here to the E shape. I could do one finger, and I'm just playing exactly the same thing. Instead of playing the full 3 fingers, I just leave that one on. Now I landed on the B7 there because that's suggesting, like I said in that turnaround, then we're going to go back to the E. Yeah, for the 12-bar blues or the 8-bar blues. So we can do that there. Or the other one is just ditch the thin E string and just keep it. So it's got that boom, boom, boom. Yeah. I've got a little bit of string noise. It's really annoying me. So we've got that going on there. Okay. And you can go up it as well. And that's a great way to end, you know, your 12-bar blues as well. So instead of you having that B7 to the E where we went, thank you, Wembley! That one there, what you can do then instead is, yes, you can add that to the end there. And when you do that, everybody's going to go, oh, this is the end. It's got that vibe to it, especially if you slow it down as well. So you can do all that sort of stuff. So really, now you can. That doesn't work as well, just using that part of the shape. Because what you end up with is this tritone. But you'll start to hear there's little things that slip in there. Yeah, so we can get part of them shapes, but they're a little bit of a trickier listen because that tritone, that sharp 4, flat 5, devil's interval, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, those are a little bit harder, but you can smooth it out. And those saddle screws, yeah, I need to get some cloth or a hair bobble around it. So we've got. So the thing is, part of the blues scale there as well. Let me just zoom in on that for you, and I zoom in on this. On that bit there. No, that's the wrong bit there, Ricky. So this is part of the blues scale. This is the minor pentatonic minor blues scale. So if we go root, flat 3rd, we've got the 4th here, flat 5 here, and then we've got the 5th here. But we use that part of then we've got that part of the scale in there, and it lands me on the B conveniently so that I can play a B7. Okay. And then I'm just there to get to my chord 1. So I've got my perfect cadence just underneath there. Okay? So it's cool how this thing works. You get this staccato vibe going with it. And this is a really this is a really lame reference. But I heard it and it was it, I mentioned the Sweet Home Chicago one, and I learned it this way at college, and like I say, after the fact, I learned it was that as on a string pair, and then it goes into this bit. Where's it go? Is that the wrong? Oh no, it's here, Ricky. Yeah, so it'll go there again, okay? So that's what it does, right? Okay, so that's Sweet Home Chicago, if you know that one. You know that one? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? That one, right? So, right, but then, like I say, at college, I learned it like this. In A, because that's in E, yeah, so this here, and then the turnaround ended up being here, and I thought, oh, hang on, that's not just the only place that it lives, so it becomes a transposable idea. So the thing is, like last week we were playing the movable chords where I could do this. Play it in any position. Well, I can do the same with this turnaround. So not only just in this open E position, and then the kind of like the Jimi Hendrix Red House thing being here. That's in B, yeah? It should be B major. Look, so. And that gave me the thing, all right, okay, so I can play a minor blues. And then that gave me that kind of like confidence to be able to think to myself, right, there's something happening here. It's all about that flat 3rd to the major 3rd. There. And then what I do is go to the root note to tell you, this is the chord that you're in. So here's the 3rd. Minor. Is it minor? No, it's major. And there's the root note to confirm that it's major. And it gives you that kind of, that feeling of it finishing. Yeah? So we've got that there. Yeah? And that's kind of the Steve Cropper thing again as well. So, yeah, but that's a different idea. So what we can do is we're not just stuck in using it down in this E position, but we've got to use that idea of that flat third to the major third, and this is a nugget. This is the nugget. Yeah, if you're playing a D7 chord, yes, you know that this is the shape that it should be for a full D, and you know where the third is. Yeah, so there's the third. If you've got this D7 chord and you want it to sound more bluesy, what you've got to do is you've got to hammer on from the minor third to the major third. So I do that, I create, let me zoom in on this. I create this minor 7 shape here. And what I do is I hammer on that third, minor third to the major third underneath it. Yes? So you can do that anyway. It's a cool little trick. Yeah, you could do that there. Oh, let's make sure I'm in shot. Yeah, so you could do that as well. But you could do it with any chord, yeah, any of your shapes. And remember, we've only got 5 shapes because we've got caged. So you could, yeah. Yeah, so I can see. Yeah, so I can see it there. I can see where the flat third's going to live because it's as part of the chord. There's a C shape, A shape. Look at this on the A shape. If I'm going from an A minor 7, I wish I had my other strings on now. Let's zoom in on that. And hopefully you see what's going on. It's the interplay because this is the A shape, 5th root 3rd. There's the flat third. I'm playing the open A string and then I'm going from the flat third there. And that's doing that same effect. That's on the A shape. G shape's a little trickier. Where am I going to do that? No, that's a bit trickier. We'll leave that one for now. But on the E and on the D, you get that little hammer on there. And that'll get you into that territory of it tying in with the that E shape and D shape. Remember, this turnaround, it's only 2 shapes, essentially. Right, so then I thought, okay, right, well, you've got it there, and I'd heard songs that do this anyhow, so now does that just live on chord 1? This is the question, and I thought to myself, does it live on chord 1? No, it doesn't just live on chord 1. It lives on chords 4 and 5 as well, which brings me back to my little diagram here with the chords here, guys. Like you can see, so when it changes, I can use that turnaround on all every time it says E, yeah, because it's from this here. Every time it says E, it's from the last 2 bars to create that turnaround. But I can also use it on any of the others, any of the other chords. So I can use it on the A7 and the B7, which means it's more specific, and I kind of think of it being more specific to these dominant 7th sounding chords, these dominant 7th chords, which is, so this is 1 7 4 7 5 7, right? So this is the thing to show you. So if I'm playing in with the E chord underneath, I've got the E chord underneath. There's my turnaround. Yeah. So we've got that there, right? Now the next chord would be an A7. And I'm holding it like this. So this is the shape though here. What happens is I end up with this partial bar chord. This is the shape that it's actually from. Let me show you close up. Yeah, and I'll zoom it, scoot that over there. So there's the full shape. If I take my pinky off, it becomes an A7. We don't want that full chord. We want to get rid of the E string, A string and D string. We just want to be left with this portion here. Yeah. And I always think these turnarounds sound, you know, the sound of it, it's the train. You know, the rhythm of the blues is the sound of the train moving along the tracks. Where did the blues develop? Yeah, it was the guys riding the boxcars. You know, the hobos going from town to town, to juke joint to juke joint. Yeah, so that they could make some money playing blues in a different juke joint in a different town. So they used to, you know, illegally get a ride in a boxcar. Now, if you've got to channel the train. I'm pushing a little bit up on the third there. So there is that first chord, which is the same as playing that down there. So what I'm going to do, zoom in again. Yeah, I'm going to go here. And then I switch to my D7 shape. So I've only got 2 shapes. And this then puts me on an A7 again here. So this is my A7 here. This would be an A. Just using these 3 fingers here. That's an A. If I take the root, take it down, that's major 7. That's the flat 7, which makes it diminished. That's the same as the same fingering. The move is exactly the same, but what we've just done is we've transposed it. But this means that's the A, which means I can do a lot of the same things. I can split up, and I can see where that Sweet Home Chicago thing came from. So that's on the A, yeah. Now, if we think about it, and you can count it on your fingers. Actually, you go E, F, G, A, B, E, A, B. Those are your three chords that you need. So 1, 4, and 5. So E7, A7, and I need it on a B7. So I can go and plant it there. There would be my B major chord. Get rid of the E, A, and D strings, and let's just keep that little triad there. First inversion triad. But I doubt the blues guys thought of it like that. Right? So they just thought, yeah, it's that shape, but it's just moved up a bit. So you can see now I've got here for chord 1. I've got here for chord 4. I've got here for chord 5. There. And I could even go up here for chord 1, because I'm just repeating it an octave higher. Okay? Yeah? So we've got that there. So we go like this. We've got that there. Now, I'm wondering, hoping this will play and I don't fudge it up too much. Right? So this is going to be in E. So that's the looper. There's the quick change. Back to the E. A7. A7. E7. E7. B7. A7. Now the turnaround. This is where I could put that. But what I could do now, that's just on those E's. Yeah? Here comes the B7 coming up now. Just keep it simple at first. Coming to the B7. off. There we go. Oh! That's the first time I've done that. That's the first time I managed to turn that off. Get it to stop and not me getting frustrated at like, what's it doing? So hopefully you could hear what was going on there just by taking that turnaround. That idea of that turnaround. You're not just stuck. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of these Wednesday night guitar classes. This is what the live lessons from the book. This is what they're on about. Yeah, take this idea here and expand upon it. You can see there's more legs than you think in this turnaround idea, and it really becomes a useful way for you to be able to seek where you are going with your lead playing. And let's have a look. There's people leaving. Winston needs to leave. We'll have to catch up later. See you later. I'll see you later, Claude, as well. Thank you for coming along today. Yes. So hopefully, does this make sense, guys? You know, does it make sense? That's the whole thing about it. What else have I got here? Oh, that was the one. Yeah, that's the one. And I could say it was cheesy. It's really cheesy as this. It was like Dirty Dancing. It's a cheesy reference. But you start to hear it everywhere. You really do start to hear it everywhere. And it was the sister. If Dirty Dancing the movie, remember the sister is the character. She was practicing her singing for a hula song. Yeah, and I heard this, and it was and that's hula. But it's based around that turnaround again. Yeah? Emsy says, stupid question, does boogie woogie different from blues? It's a form of blues. It's kind of like it's stride and jump blues. But it does border on ragtime sort of stuff as well, because it's a bit more, boogie woogies are probably a little bit more syncopated, and it's very much a piano idiom, really, you know, genre. So hopefully this makes sense here, guys. You know, so places you don't expect to find it, you know, it's really interesting. You know, like I say, that's so dun dun dun. That's something else. I don't know. It's Sesame Street or something. You know. But then it's just modified slightly. But the thing is this flat third to the major third, then you start seeing that all over the place, and you think, there's the flat third. Look, here's my House of Blues. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and this is the thing. It just showed the way for that idea because of this little hammering on idea. I don't know if it was boogie woogies for people who dance stupid. Peace Train. I don't know if it was Peace Train, but the thing is, so. But you know, it sounds a bit Doobie Head, Doobie Brothers, a little bit to me. But yeah, so it was that flat third, and I realised, look, you can apply this knowledge then. That it was a little thing that gives the gift that, well, I can go from a flat third. This is my House of Blues. I'll do it in. I'll do it in A. I'll assume that's the chord. That's an A7. So there. Now what I can do is, oh, hang on, that isn't Ricky. That isn't, because that's going to be there. That's where it is in the A minor. There it is. There's the flat third, because there's an A minor chord, and that's an A major chord. So if I go like this, from the flat third to the major third, yeah, to the root, to the flat 7. And that, so you can loop it And I think that this little idea here, there's a lot of mileage in it. So you play it, you're playing in your minor blues. And it helps you to make that resolution in the major if you're playing dominant chords, yeah? So, but it's just borrowed from this turnaround. Okay, so we've got that there. Okay, so just to show you that it moves all over the shop, you know, just like that 12 bar thing that we had, the other one. Everyone's going. We've got an exodus. Make sure you wallop the like on your way out. And yet, I think, honest to God, I think we've probably covered it. Let's have a look. See if there's anything else in my notes. Blues, turn around, D shape, break it up. So yeah, you can break it up as well. So if you're in B, so you can. You're channeling the train, so you can put it in different positions. And there's lots of mileage to it, but it's just a cool little trick. Add it to your blues, guys. Yes. I'll do some notes for the folks in PDF Club. I'll put some licks together for you, some extra bits and business, and we'll put that up, and I'll bung that up as well. Another view of the notes. It is another view of the notes, and this is the way it works. So PDF Club, I'll bang that in there for you guys. Also, I'll just finish up, and I'll just say, yeah, that's the lesson it was today. Blues turnarounds in E. It's in the book. If you want the book, if you've enjoyed the lesson and you want the book, then you get the book here. And then if you want to join the fretboard fraternity, then you can join the fretboard fraternity just here as well, and that would be great. What about ending the song? Randy says, what about ending the song? Well, that's what the turnaround does. It goes to the 5 and then it goes to the 1. We did that good thank you Wembley idea. So we got, we're gone. Where did we go? So it's just at the end of the song there. My little thing there needs to probably go. Yeah, there, so you can see. Okay, so we've got that going on there. Yeah, right. Right, guys. It looks like. Do you know something? It looks like everybody is getting ready for finishing up for Christmas. Getting ready for it, guys. I hope you have a great Christmas. I know we will do here at Shez Ricky's Guitar over here in Yorkshire. Oh, thank you, Red Walrus. Thank you very much. Now there are really good instructors. All you need to do is grow your hair long. Well, as you notice, or you may have noticed, I've had my ears lowered today. So happy holidays, everyone. Remember, find some time for yourself to have a play of your guitar over Christmas. Yeah, don't let it become that thing that glares at you in the corner. So make sure you do that. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for rocking up today. Thank you for popping along. If you've not walloped the like, make sure you wallop the like, guys. And I will see you in the new year. I'll see you in 2025. I'll see you next year. It sounds like a long time, but it isn't, is it? It'll all be done. It'll all be done and dusted before you know it. If I don't see you through week, I'll see you through winter. Like that. Yeah. So, guys, all that remains is to say goodbye. Look after yourself. Look after each other. Yes, and don't eat too much. Don't drink too much. Yes. It's like remember what the season's about, family and everything else like that. Okay, so take care of yourself, take care of each other. I'll see you later. Bye bye.